Okay, this little bit of code is it's still drag and drop. The only difference is I can right click to add my nodes, and I've got them all to have an ID. If I use the middle mouse button, I can click on it, it changes colour to something completely different, and I can create network links. This isn't in any way perfect, but it works. Just create a load of links, and then if I drag around, the links change. Okay, so from a sort of neural network or network map or graph, you wanted to create a graph. They're not quite represented in the perfect way, but it's a great starting block for you. So to show you how I did that, we have a key class like in the first basic drag and drop video. It's the same one. I literally just added some code to get it working better. So if you want that explaining, please look at the old video, and notice I've still got here self.click.false twice, so I could have got rid of one of them. Still got the key list is the sprite group. I'm not skipping through this, like I say, it's in the basic drag and drop video because it's very similar code. So this is the bit where it changes. So if you click it detects the mouse button down. If the mouse button is the third mouse button, which is the right click, not the middle click, I think I said it wrong in the last video, it's the right click, it adds a key to the key list. If it's a 1, which means the left click, then it turns single click to false. For key in key list, if single clicked equals false, and if it detects if it's single clicked is false and you are over it, basically, if you're within if the mouse position is within the collide point of that key's rectangle, then it turns key click to true and single click to true. If you press the middle button, which is how you're going to generate the networks, it loops for every key. If the key is within your collide point, so if you're over the top of it, it says it's link ready, so it turns that boolean flag to true. It changes the image, that's why it looked like it was blue, and that's just setting the image color key to white, so it looks like it's transparent. It sets count to 0, and it's got two variables there, count 0 and links, which is an empty list. For key in key list, so it loops for every key in the key list. If the key is link ready, okay, then so you basically, if you click on one, you know it went blue, so that goes link ready, then you need to click on another one. So then when you click on that other one, this will find the other one, the first one you clicked on, to be link ready. It will increase count to 1, count by 1, and it will append the unique ID. So every key's got a unique ID. You saw them numbered 1 to 5, okay, and it will append that to the links. And if count is equal to 2, so count's done twice, then it turns these things that were link ready back to false. So if the key is link ready to true, it turns it back to false. So basically it will put the IDs in each other's links. Okay, so if you say clicked on key 4 and then key 5 would appear in key 4 links and 4 would appear in key 5 links, and then it would turn these back to false, and then each of the keys links will equal that link list up there. Okay, so it shows what there's links between. I know that sounds really complicated, but basically if you want two nodes to be joined together in some way inside the object, you want to store which nodes it's joined to. There's other ways you could have done it, but I was just playing around with this. If event type is mouse button up, turn all the keys to say they're all not been clicked. Right, game logic. For key in key list, if key dot clicked equals true, then you get the mouse position. Oh, that's the dragging. Sorry, I forgot what that was. That's when it drags it around. So if it's true, if you've clicked on a key and you're dragging, it will get the mouse position and then update the X and Y coordinates of that thing, hence moving it around with your mouse. Right, then down here, this is the bit where it draws the lines. So it will draw all the keys to the screen. Then after it's drawn them to the screen, it will loop through each key, set some font, and it's got the text width and height, and it blits the text. That's just blitting all the, again you could have done that in the objects, but that just adds the numbers. You know, I said they're all numbered, that puts the numbers on top of the images, and and then here, if the length of the key links is not equal to none, so if it's got a link with another key inside that's in existence, for key 2 in key list, if key 2 ID is in the links of one key, so it loops through each key, then it will loop through the keys again. If the first key, it's like a bubble sort, if the second key, sorry, if that number, that ID is in the first one, so if it finds 2 keys where the links exist, then it draws a line between each key, key 1 and key 2's X and Y coordinates. Okay, and then it quits. So it will draw all the keys, the keys around the screen, or the nodes. Okay, then like I say, it could have been done. This first bit could have been done inside the object, but it will draw the text over the top, and then finally it loops through, finds any links between the nodes, and draws a line between each object's X and Y coordinates. Okay, effectively creating the image or illusion of a network.